Coming up today on Western Sports Roundup, it is a Resistol Rookie Tuesday. And with a bull riding race that simply won't slow down, we've got a lot to talk about.
And the College National Finals Rodeo, it's officially underway, and some reigning champions are sitting at the top of the leaderboard right now. We'll give you a closer look in just a bit.
We'll also head to East Texas for the Sam Houston's American Quarter Horse Race. We'll relay those results and more coming up on Western Sports Roundup.
Bad Boy 1-2-3 is pitching away. Corona's first Cowboy's in the mix as well. But DK Bonita Jess is the leader. A late lunge Bad Boy 1-2-3 photo!
Howdy, howdy, everybody, and welcome into our Cowboy Channel studios for Western Sports Roundup. I'm Kennedy Riggs here with Katie Lucas. And what a fun time is it to be covering Western sports.
I know. I don't know how we're going to keep up and keep it all in this 1 hour show because we're headed to college rodeo. We're headed across the pro rodeo world and even into the Futurity world on today's show. So let's hop right into it and pack it all in. The College National Finals Rodeo has kicked off now in Casper, Wyoming, with performances starting tonight, but that doesn't mean they haven't had a lot of rodeo action in Casper.
That's sure right. Let's get into this action and try to unpack it.
Yes!
Thank you.
Yes! Yes! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, you saw it first. Let's get into it. The bareback riding was a show and a half, 86 3/4 for Cooper Heimberg. I know this guy actually. His mom does our nails back home. Great gal, but he has a very supportive family behind him. I think that shows in the arena. This guy is a good cowboy through and through, both in and out of the arena. So I love to see someone like him representing Missouri Valley College so well.
He truly set the standard in the bareback riding as well. He was the very first competitor out in the first of these slack rounds. 86 3/4 is the mark that he set and could not be beat. In this steer wrestling, Tyson Sosi was an impressive 3.7 seconds. He's a business admin student at Northwestern Oklahoma State, also a former Indian National Finals Rodeo champion. He definitely showed off in the steer wrestling there.
And kind of cool, his teammate that came in second right behind him, he had been borrowing his horse, so that horse took first and second in the steer wrestling. Super cool to see. In the team roping, though, it was Walker Smith and Cade Sandstrom with a 5-second flat run. That is a really good time. Walker representing Sam Houston State, Cade representing Southwest Texas College. And, you know, keep in mind, similar to the NFR, these guys don't get to rope together before the college finals. They're new partnerships, but that was no problem for those two.
Yeah, what a great run to kick things off with that 5 flat, really laying a great foundation. Tag Bond certainly did that as well. 86 points for him in the opening round. Clarendon College is very proud of this young bronc rider. I like the name of this championship pro rodeo horse too. Bronchitis. You don't really want to catch him, I guess, but he looks like you might want to draw him.
He is a good draw. I would agree on that. I want to know the guy that's in charge of naming these horses and have a chat with him. Let's go to the tie down, though. Tyler Hansen was the guy at the top. 8-4 was his time. That's a great time. 8-second runs are not hard to come by, though, when it comes to these college athletes. They're so talented and impressive. He represents North Dakota's Bismarck State College, who, by the way, has only been in the rodeo team business for 2 years. This is the second year in the row now. And his brother, also kind of cool, who was a freshman this year, came in 7th right behind him.
Talk a little goat tying. Josie Mousel, 5.8, a University of Wyoming junior. This is one of 2 runs, Kennedy, under 6 seconds. This just amazes me. I was a 9, 10, 11, maybe 13, 14, 15 second goat tire. 5.8 seconds. Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's bananas. But you know what? The times just keep getting faster, especially watching these young guns, including this girl right here. Actually, our reigning national champion, AC Pinkston. She was the first out this week, so that's a lot of pressure, okay? And on her 13-year-old gelding, they ran a 13-second run. 13:62 was the exact time that she and Bullock clocked there. And you know what? Last year, when she became the actual national champion, which she's reigning with the title now, she won the first round. So this is kind of a little bit of repeated action here. We'll see if she has a bit of deja vu come the end of the week.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to watch. She's certainly off to a good start. In the breakaway, surprise, surprise, we have a 4-way tie at the top, one of the toughest events in rodeo. 2.1 seconds was the mark for 4 breakaway ropers from 4 different colleges. Alyssa Erickson represents Cisco, Ruby Espy, Missouri Valley, Brooke Bruner, Clarendon, Emma Ohm, Black Hills State University in South Dakota. I think it's pretty cool, Kennedy, that there are 4 ladies at the top and 4 different colleges represented.
And only 0.2 of a second separated the top 8 competitors, so that is just speaks volumes about the talent here. But let's go to the bull riding. This was so cool. A guy that we just talked about last week, Katie was just reminding me of the neat story that he put into the headlines. This is Gavin Knutson, 82 points right there. Remember last week he gave $10,000 to that precious girl surviving cancer. I mean, I think that luck just comes with being a good human.
Yeah, what a great ride. We saw in the PRCA his last 2 competitions. He'd actually won those events. So Gavin Knutson certainly on a roll that he has carried into the college rodeo finals. We love getting the opportunity to report on this great event, but we actually have a couple of our Cowboy Channel hosts that are on site to announce the event as well. Here's more from Steve Kenyon and Corey Keith.
We're in Casper, Wyoming. I'm Steve Kenyon alongside Corey Keith. We have the privilege of announcing the College National Finals Rodeo, second year for both of us. Corey, we are 2 days into the CNFR. Tonight is the first full performance. They've already finished the first go-rounds. You had a chance to watch Sunday some really impressive performances in the riding events in particular.
Yeah, you know, it's been pretty impressive. I thought last year was really unbelievable to watch, but I'm just going to say this, 2026, you better look out. There is a group of saddle bronc riders and bareback riders, and there's a couple of young bull riders that you've never heard of, but you are about to hear their names this week. And I'm just going to throw this out there for the record. We may set some arena records this week. With the horsepower, we've got a lot of different horses, different contractors that have brought their best athletes here this week. And with the ability these guys have that I watched on Sunday, it's going to get fun.
7 different contractors, all of whom will be well represented in December at the National Finals Rodeo. Saddle bronc riding Tag Bond from Clarendon College, 86 points. He got started. He won the first go.
Yeah, and it was an impressive ride. A 19-year-old kid from Kansas. I know Brett Franks is super excited to have him up here in Casper this year. And when you look back on his ride, the horse did his job, but you know, it's all about rhythm, and this kid really just got his feet moving, was lifting on that bronc rein. It was like watching a veteran out there in the arena. It was really awesome. But bareback riding, you and I have talked about Cooper Heimberg a lot. Missouri Valley College, one of the first guys to nod his head in the arena on Sunday. He's inside the top 50 of the world standings. 86 3/4 points is what he did in round 1. That's one kid that I've got my eye on moving forward that might set an arena record, which, by the way, it's 88 points.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's higher than any score that was turned in here last year. That's how good that ride was. Talk about the bull riding a little bit, and you talk about Gavin Knutson, University of Montana Western. He was 82. Gavin has already been to the Montana Circuit Finals Rodeo. He is a real talent.
Yeah, he looked really comfortable here. You could just tell that he had a little edge coming in. The bull he had fit his wheelhouse perfectly. The bull power was pretty tough in that first go-round, and Gavin just took advantage of the opportunity that was given for 82 points.
Before we run out of time, I want to talk about the ladies of barrel racing, because last year's national champion, AC Pinkston, on the same horse that she won the title on, Bullet, boy, she went out and smoked a run.
Oh, my goodness. So she's number 23 in the world right now, and a 13.62. She was the very first cowgirl to come through the timeline on Monday morning. So she set the entire pace for this barrel racing event, as she's going to do the rest of the week.
You know what's funny about that is she was the very first cowgirl out this year. She was the very last cowgirl out last year, and ended up winning the title on that last run. We'll give you updates all throughout the course of the week from the College National Finals Rodeo. This is a big deal to Corey. It's a big deal to me. We're glad to be here in Casper, Wyoming. If you get a chance to, if you happen to be in the neighborhood, come down and enjoy a great rodeo here in Casper.
Thanks so much, Steve and Corey, for that update on site in Casper. But we've got more stories to share, Kennedy. Look at this sweet picture, and look at that mom that's She's kind of torn between two colleges, isn't she?
Lindy Sheeran, yeah, she lives in a house divided there. One son is competing representing Tarleton, the other one Wyoming. And get this, actually, one of them just got married last month, and I have to give a shout out. It's his wife's birthday today. So happy birthday, Brendy. What a great gift watching your own husband and brother-in-law compete together at the college finals. How fun is that?
Yeah, congratulations. What a cool family story. That was Lindy Sharon. She posted about her sons, Waitley and Traven. Sharon, what a great little family competition they have going on. The College National Finals Rodeo kicks off its performances tonight through the 20th. They're coming at 7 p.m. Eastern. Follow Western Sports Roundup for more updates throughout the week.
Well, speaking of youngins, let's go to Resistol Rookie Tuesday. After this, we're going to talk about what exactly our rookies have gotten done over the weekend. They're really raising the bar, and we're going to get you all up to date on those numbers.
And coming up later, Carlee Otero has been winning, well, pretty much everywhere. And because of that, she'll join the show later to break things down.
Western Sports Roundup is brought to you by Resistol, the official hat of the PRCA, and Cowboys everywhere.
Rock and roll denim. Live boldly. Live in rock and roll denim.
This bull will be 90. Come on, come on, Tripper.
Oh, yeah. He's out. The bull. Come on, Hayden. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, we got a chance right here. We got a chance. Yo.
Well, several rookies are now inside the top 15 in our PRCA world standings, and they continue weekend after weekend to give us a lot to talk about on our Resistol Rookie Tuesday. Kennedy, we start things off in the bull riding. This is a race that started strong at the beginning of the season, but absolutely has not slowed down week after week.
Is this not the story of the century? I mean, John Crimber cannot show up to a rodeo without winning something, it seems like, and he is on a mission. He won 3 different rodeos this weekend, 89.5 at Parker County, 88.5 in Gladewater, Texas, and then a 92.5 at Woodward Elks Rodeo. When was the last time that a bull rider broke the 92s in the PRCA? That's really seldom that you find that. So not only is he winning, he's winning by a lot of points.
Yeah, and because of that, he has absolutely rocketed up the standings, both in our world standings and in our Resistol rookie race. But continuing to hold him off, Hayden Welsh. He was 85 points at Sisters Rodeo on Desk Pop. Split third place there, wins $5,100. That's a high-paying one-header there at the Sisters Rodeo for our rough stock contestants. He has been equally as exciting to watch this year. And what I think is so interesting about our top 3 in our Resistol rookie race, now that John has jumped into that third spot, is they are all second-generation competitors. Noah Lee, the son of Mike Lee, PBR world champion, he was also 87.5 points on Gringo at the Eastern Oregon Livestock Show and Rodeo to get the first place win at $4,400. But you can just see how exciting the world standings is in our Resistol rookie race. Noah Lee at the top at 125. John Crimber has jumped all the way up to third with 83,000.
Cool too that our top 4 in our Resistol rookie race are all in the top 10 of the world standings. So not only are they up there between each other, but they can definitely hold a candle next to the big dogs and the veterans. Let's talk about the steer wrestling, though. It's just as exciting when it comes to the timed events. This guy right here is so much fun to watch. Colin Fox, 4'3". Are you kidding me? 4'3" as a rookie. This is him working at the Parker County Sheriff's Posse and Rodeo for first place right there for just about $3,000. That was so much fun to watch.
He's been really exciting to watch all season long. To me, he jumped right out at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo and was very impressive. Had some luck at our Resistol Rookie Roundup as well, but also great contestants behind him like Clay Tom Hurt, $27,000 for him, Jace Mayfield, Clayton Culligan, and Tanner Sheevel. But you can see Colin Fox starting to pull away, and that's exactly what we kind of have seen typically this time of year. Your number one in that Resistol rookie race usually starts to put a little space between themselves and second.
Well, especially over the summer right now, this is when the cream rises to the top. And you know who's a great example of that is exactly this guy right here, Brodey Clemons. We're going to be talking about him a lot, I have a feeling. We already have been. He had 2 wins over the weekend, one of which he tied with his own traveling partner, which we'll talk about in just a bit. But Brodey is a guy that I think I'm going to put my money on him for maybe 5 years down the road, being one of the greats already, I think.
Yeah, and he's following in his big brother Cole's footsteps. Cole qualified for the National Finals Rodeo in 2024, won the Resistol Rookie title, and was the only rookie to qualify for the NFR in the tie-down roping that year. So he has set himself up to do exactly that. And because of his win, he's jumped into not only second place in the Resistol Rookie race, but also top 15 in the world. And speaking of one of those tie-down ropers at the top of our Resistol Rookie race, Brodey Clemons joins us now after a huge weekend of competition. Brodey, how good did it feel to kick off the summer in such a big way?
Oh, it felt great. I was a little bit behind, didn't have a very good spring, and just got the ball rolling early and hopefully keep it going.
I mean, you say get the ball rolling, but specifically if we're looking at the numbers, a $16,000 weekend is a really big ball to get rolling. So I think that you have that down for sure. But was this the plan? I mean, of course, everybody wants to have a summer kickoff like this, but I don't know. Did you foresee this happening? Did you feel like you had this in the bag?
You know, it was really everything I dreamed of. You know, I've been waiting to buy my card for a long time, and then can tell you how many times I've roped the dummy thinking of winning the first 3 rodeos at the summer run, you know, and it was everything I dreamed of, and you know, it was a really big weekend. I drew really good calves, and horse worked great, and it kind of all just came together, and I'm ready for the summer run. I haven't been to a lot of rodeos, so we're entered up pretty heavy and ready to get going.
You know, you mentioned it, so many rodeo kids grow up roping the dummy in the backyard, announcing themselves at the NFR, at Reno, at the Cheyenne Frontier Days, but truly, is there any way you can really prepare for just how tough the PRCA is once you hop into it, or is it something that you have to just figure out on the fly?
You know, I think you can prepare for it. I'm green when it comes to rodeoing, but I've run a lot of calves and entered a lot at you know, the ropings and jackpots, and it's not the same, but you know, it's at the end of the day, it's just calf roping and keeping it simple and just running calves and working at it.
So, okay, rewind to this crazy weekend you had. Well, right now, for example, you're still on the road, but this time in a different association. They're at the college finals, which we'll get to in a minute. But over that $16,000 weekend, you ended up tying with your traveling partner, who actually is very full circle to be traveling with in the first place. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I grew up with roping with Shane's brother, Jason Hanchey, and I remember when I was 3, my mom just told me about it a minute ago that Jason, his brother, said Brodey's going to rope with you at the NFR one day, and it's kind of a full circle moment that we're rodeoing together now, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, what a cool moment. Jason Hanchey, he didn't want to rodeo full-time. He did it for a very short amount of time, but horse training is something that is so important to him. How do you think you take a little bit from both Jason, who has such great horsemanship, and Shane, who is such a killer as a competitor?
No, for sure. Jason's trained a lot of good horses, and then Shane, he's a winner. You know, anything we do, we played golf the other day, and it's crazy how competitive he is. You know, he wants to win anything he does, and I'm the same way. So it's been going really good, and you know, I love to win. I love roping calves, so I'm just out here living the dream.
Well, you mentioned living the dream and golfing in the same sentence, and I'm just curious, you know, do you even have time for things like that? You carved out time this week to golf, but is this a common occurrence? Do you have to make time for stuff like that on the fly?
I mean, not really. You don't really have much time, but we actually stayed in Pendleton, Oregon, and we had just the day off. We were up at Union that night, and we went and played some golf, which I'm not very good at, but it was fun to get to go do something. But you know, I'm just ready to rodeo. I'm craving cattle, and I've been waiting for this year for a long time.
And Kennedy mentioned it too a moment ago. You're playing kind of double duty in 2 rodeo associations right now. You're headed down the pro rodeo trail, but you've got some unfinished business at the college finals. Tell us a little bit about how it's been going.
Yeah, it's been going good. There's 2 morning slacks, and I haven't drew very good over here. I think I used up all my good calves at the pro rodeos last weekend, but I'm still sitting good. I was able to get them both knocked down and sitting good on 2, and I run my 3rd one tonight. And yeah, my full focus is on pro rodeo, but college rodeo this year, and got this is the last little deal. You know, high school rodeos, college rodeos is the last one, so I'm gonna try and take advantage of it.
Well, with this crazy and good week under your belt now and college finals coming up this week, what else is to come? You have a pretty full plate, so what else are you adding to it to make sure and stay at the top here?
You know, we'd be here all day to tell you all the rodeos we're entered up over the 4th, but we're entered pretty heavy. You know, Greeley, Pinoca, Reno, good rodeos like that. And we've gotten up pretty good over the 4th, and just ready to rodeo. And the horse is working really good. Just got my other horse out here that I'm riding at the college finals. He's working good, feeling good, and ready to run him.
Yeah, 'tis the season. Cowboy Christmas is almost upon us, Brodey. Good luck at the college finals. One more run tonight, hoping to continue to move on there, but also good luck over the 4th. I know it's going to be busy, but you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all.
That's Brodey Clemons, number 2 right now in your Resistol rookie race. He's got some great competition, but if last week in Kennedy is any indication of what Brodey Clemons is made of, I would be very shocked to see him not continue to climb up those standings. $41,000 for him thanks to the huge weekend last weekend.
A big weekend last weekend, big weekend also in the Futurity world. The Old West Futurity is underway. We're going to give you an update on how that's been going and even have a special guest join us to tell us all about what's happening there. Well, lots going on in Heber City, Utah. Right now as we speak, the Old West Futurities are officially underway. They'll go throughout the rest of this week until Championship Saturday. There's a lot that could be potentially paid out, up to $2 million even, Katie.
Yeah, that includes the $1 million bonus if one of the Old West horse sale graduates is able to win one of the 4 and under pre-futurity categories. And there are actually right now, Kennedy, 4 horses that have qualified out of the heading. None from the heeling were able to move on. There's also 2 more that are eligible in the breakaway roping. We'll find out in just a couple days to see if they're able to move on and stay eligible for the $1 million bonus. But let's talk about the competition so far. Starting off in the heeling, it's kind of some of the usual suspects when it comes to the futurity game. Billy Jack Sabins has had so much success as a horse trainer. He and DFN Fina were 675.47 to lead the way.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of familiar names, right? Because in this futurity world, these guys know exactly where the money is. I don't blame them one bit, and it's the same thing in the headers. Let's talk about these guys right here. This week in the pre-futurity heading, this is Andy Holcomb right here, and she's a bossy rebel. I think that spicy mare fits her name, but it does him well in the arena. 678.76 points. And Katie, you're actually the one originally that taught me how the scoring works in the futurity world. I think it's so interesting.
I think it is too. Each and every move of the run is scored by the judges. There's several judges that are there watching. They'll get extra points if they do a move especially well. There might be docked points if they don't do well in a certain move, and it all added up there to 678 and some change for Andy. He actually gapped the field by over 7 points from him to number 2. So Andy Holcomb once again poised to win another futurity championship.
Well, the action will continue all the rest of this week, but to join us today and talk about what's unfolding as we speak, Rhen Richard, the founder and even one of the competitors at this futurity. Rhen, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about what's happened so far. Give us a little bit of a recap. I know we talked a bit earlier about Billy Jack and Andy and what they got done. What else have we missed?
So we had the 4 and under heading yesterday. They're doing the 6 and under heeling today. They'll finish that up tomorrow. We will go into the futurity heading, which is the 6 and under heading. We will follow with the non-pro heading and heeling on Thursday, and then we will go into our breakaway and horse sale on Friday.
We're talking over $2 million that could be handed out this week for the best young horses in the game. But you've come from such a different career before the futurity side of things. As a pro rodeo competitor, you climbed to the highest highs at the National Finals Rodeo. Would you ever have imagined yourself being so passionate about training young horses and being able to show them like you are now?
Well, honestly, it's something that I hoped was going to be there when I didn't rodeo, just because I've always had passion for horses and training them. And so I was pretty lucky. I timed it about right. About the time I was done rodeoing, these fraternities started really growing and getting big. So it's been a blessing to me and my family so far.
Okay, and you mentioned your family. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about. I love that behind the scenes, it's not just you, but people that are related to you by blood and beyond putting this great event on. So talk about the team behind this.
Yeah, so there's actually 5 partners. There's my dad and I, Reggie Probst, Jared Whitworth, and Miguel Guerrera with Los Tunas. Everybody kind of has a strength and brings something unique to the table. So it's been fun. This is our first year that we've kind of formed the partnership, and the event this year at Heber has been outstanding so far.
Yeah, this is an event that has grown so quickly just in the very short history of its existence. And this year, the one purse on everyone's mind is that $1 million bonus for one of your horse sale graduates. How cool would it be to see one of them walk away with that?
Oh, it'd be outstanding. I don't think there's been the American Rodeo and the PBR's done $1 million bonus and some things, but as far as the fraternity world, it's a new thing. It's tied to a sale, so it's pretty neat to be able to see the horses that people are consigning to the Old West sale now, and the talent that the horses have to be able to go through there and have a chance to win $1 million it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is crazy money. And I love to see that, how fast things are progressing in this industry. And that's because of people like you. You guys are really raising the bar. So proud of you for that, and hats off to you for that too. But even beyond the futurity itself and the horses and the talent, the competition, you're also bringing some fun to the weekend, it sounds like.
Yeah, so we're having our finals day is actually Saturday. We're going to run everything but the pre-futurity short round. And the pre-futurity is the 4 and under. So we'll have the 4 and under breakaway, heading, and healing at 6 p.m. on Saturday night. And then following those 3 short rounds, we will have a concert with Dave Stamey and Gunnar Latham. So we've got a big stage coming in. We're going to kind of tear the panels down and bring a bunch of chairs in and have a concert, and it's pretty exciting.
That's going to be a very busy day for you, not only as one of the founders and organizers, but as a competitor yourself. You have 2 horses qualified in the heading, both of them eligible for that $1 million. First, tell me a little bit about Ray's version.
So that is a 4-year-old filly that we raised. She's been outstanding the whole time. I won second on her at Guthrie. That was the first show I took her to. So she's already got close to 50,000 in earnings, and yeah, she's capable. We're actually 4th high call. We had Dakota slipped a leg on the second steer, and she's still got a chance to. I mean, if we had a little luck go our way, we have a chance to win $1 million. So it's going to be exciting Saturday night.
And at 5th high call, Winner's Fire, what do you like so much about that young horse?
He's a own son of Winner's version, and out of a really, really good walk-through fire mare. He's full run. He's pretty electric. The horse actually had an injury late last fall, and I didn't really get to ride him much this winter, so this was actually his first show, and he just got better and better throughout the day. So same thing, that horse has the ability to put in a big-time score in the short round and hopefully put a little pressure on the guys ahead of me.
Well, potentially millions of dollars being paid out this week there in Heber City, Utah. And you guys, as I've already said, have already raised the bar, but what's the vision looking like in years to come? Do you have anything in the works?
You know, it's hard to say where it's going to go. We do have some things that we want to do that will help us grow and diversify, and the people that we've met along the way they want to help us grow this thing, and it's kind of a big family, right? It's not just us 4 guys thought something up. It kind of takes the whole industry to drive this thing, and the horses are getting better. We're actually breeding horses to be team roping horses now, and it's pretty cool to see the product that's being produced because of these fraternities growing, and yeah, the future is bright for sure.
Yeah, it's exciting to see already the impact that Futurities have had. We saw your Palomino horse with Colton Schmidt at the National Finals Rodeo. So all the hard work is already paying off, but best of luck. I know it's a busy next few days for you, Rhen, and good luck in the short round.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
That's Rhen Richard right there, the big dog on campus, we like to call him, of the Old West Futurities happening as we speak. In the middle of Utah at the moment, you can visit oldwest.com for a schedule and results. Keep yourself up to date, just like we'll keep you in tune as well. All of that will continue to unfold for the rest of the week.
Well, we go from top of 4-year-olds in the rope horse game to a barrel racer with a trio of 8-year-olds that has been lighting it up in the WPRA World Standings. Carlee Otero will join us next on Western Sports Roundup.
Well, big money week here for Carlee Otero, the queen I like to call her there, with a few of her most famous mounts. $18,000 to be exact, just in this month of June, and still counting. As we speak, she's still on the road, adding to that pot. So who better to join the show than herself? We have Carlee joining today. Carlee, thanks for carving the time out, even at the water park today.
Yes, yeah, so today's a day off before we head to Utah and Fallon, Nevada, so the boys wanted to go swimming, so we're here at Roaring Springs, and this is always a fun stop for us to have when we get to Nampa.
We're going to talk a lot today about all the winning that you've been doing, but since you're at the water park, why is it so important to take a moment, step out of the rodeo arena, and have some fun along the rodeo trail?
Well, you know, we travel as a family, and we're a little bit selfish as parents, I think, because we take away from the boys' summer fun, even though they love it out here. So every chance we get to let them choose what they want to do for a day, we just make sure that we do that. And also, it's good for us. You know, we spend so much time with the horses and focusing on our goals and winning that it's good to just have a refresher, let the horses have a break, and just enjoy everything we get to do. One day we won't be able to travel, so we want to take it all in.
That's exactly what I was just going to ask, is if this helps you keep from burning out, because when you're going from rodeo to rodeo, especially bringing your family along with you, I can only imagine you need to take your mind off of things. What are some other traditions you guys have started as a family when you're going down the road? Are there any other fun summer things you're going to be doing in Utah maybe?
So we love Vernal. The boys call it the dinosaur rodeo. You would think they would get tired of the museum. They don't. We go to the museum every single year so they can play with the little dinosaur teeth and all that. Calgary, we make a fun trip of it. If we get a free chance, we're going to take them to Banff this year. So just everywhere we go each year, we try to do something where they can have an experience where they can remember as they get older, like, hey, that was my favorite place to go, or I remember going there. And because other than that, the rodeo is just all read together in their brains. They don't have a clue where we're going or coming unless we make something stand out.
So speaking of memorable experiences, I have a feeling you've had a couple of those over the last few weeks. To me, you really started to catch on fire during the Music City Rodeo in Nashville when you won both go-rounds, of course, won the average. What can you say about your confidence right now in this role that you've been on over the last several weeks?
You know, I think it's a huge blessing, and I really feel like I turned everything over into God's hands and said, if you know, this is meant to be, we're going to make it back to Vegas, and I've worked extra hard because nothing's just handed to us. And also, you know, I changed my way of thinking. I go in and out. People think I'm very confident all the time, but sometimes we can act confident, but we truly don't believe in ourselves. And I very briefly got to, in passing, say something to Rocker during the American, and I told him when we were walking by each other, I said, hey, go win it. He said, I already won it. And then I immediately thought to myself, that's the confidence I need, not just the confidence that I have the tools and the ability, but the confidence that I can win anything. And I literally just replay what he said to me all the time and think, okay, I am blessed to have the horses, to have the ability, and I'm just trying to truly believe in myself and not just say that I believe in myself. And it's turning out, you know, obviously every run's not going to be great. I hit a barrel to place really good at Eagle. I think I would have been second, and things happen. But overall, I think my confidence level in myself, where I'm truly believing in myself, not just talking about it, is showing through all of my runs.
Yeah, like the feet back.
Well, I hope that Rocker's watching this right now because I think that he needs to hear what an impact he's had on a barrel racer. How amazing is that? But speaking of changing your way of thinking, I'm kind of curious from a mom and a wife's standpoint, right? I know that you're a gal that loves to keep your priorities in line and you know where to keep them. So how much of a difference does it make also having your family behind you at every rodeo that has to add a little bit of confidence too?
It adds a huge amount of confidence. And, you know, Michael is the best barrel racing husband ever. I couldn't even imagine not having him because good, bad, or ugly, he's cheering for me. And if I get down on myself, he lets me have a couple minutes to do that. And then he's like, hey, I entered you in 6 more rodeos this week. We're good. And then the boys, they just don't, they win, lose, or draw. They just don't care. They think I'm a superstar. And as long as they think I'm a superstar, I'm happy.
You've got some superstar horses as well, a trio of 8-year-olds that I don't care which one you decide to ride, you can win on any of them. How much is that affecting your confidence in such a positive way?
Oh, that gives me so much confidence because obviously it's tough out here. Horses are so much better and riders are better. The competition is very, very strong. So having a team of 3 is nearly unheard of in my world. And I just, you know, I'm not taking one run for granted. And I'm so excited that I feel like I can rodeo this year and not feel like I'm burning just one horse out because their happiness and their health is the most important to me. And it's been really fun saying, hey, this pen's going to fit this horse, this pen will fit that horse, and they all get a break throughout the week.
Well, before we let you go, I do want to play a little game for me and the audience selfishly. I want to be able to predict what horse you're pulling out of the trailer at which setup. So tell us who you choose for which setups and why.
Okay. So right now, the Nampas that are indoor and kind of the smaller pens, I'm choosing Regina just because I feel more confident since I ran her through the winter. And then the big outdoor pens with barrels not on any fences, I'm choosing Twix. Anything with a long run to that first barrel, she likes to go flying in there from the back 40. And Sly, honestly, I can run him anywhere. He's so confident in himself. That horse has Rocker Steiner confidence. He was born with it. But I'm choosing to run him this year where I'm throwing really good on the ground just because he's coming back from an injury. So that's how I'm choosing where to run him.
Okay, rodeo fans, take note. There is your insider baseball, if you will, with Carlee Otero. Carlee, we're going to let you get back to the fun. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on such a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, Carlee Otero. She's a girl to watch. She always has been, but what a promising start to the summer. And this is what the numbers are looking like right now with that money rolling in. She's in the top 10 as of right now. You'll see her highlighted right there, number 9 in the top 10 in the barrel racing world standings.
Yeah, and she's only going to climb from there after that huge weekend of earnings gets added. Catch up with those a little later in the week when the WPRA updates those. She'll be knocking on the door of the top 5, I think, by then. When we come back on Western Sports Roundup, the Sam Houston Racetrack brought us another weekend of exciting American quarter horse racing action. We're going to recap that action next.
Bad Boy 123 is pitching away. Corona's first Cowboys in the mix as well. But DK Bonita Jess is the leader. A late lunge Bad Boy 123 photo.
We turn the page now to the American Quarter Horse Association with some horse racing. The Sam Houston Racetrack in Houston, Texas hosted 3 great races that we're about to share, totaling over $1 million in prize money.
So much money, so much talent. Let's get into the Oaks first. This was really neat. 400-yard dash for 3-year-old fillies. Let's watch.
SHRP all set, and they're on their way in the Sam Houston Oaks. It was a very slow start for Blood's Valiant Policy, who was pinched back shortly after with a lot of work to do. BM Candy Royale was out quickly. On the white outside, Karma Cha-Ching is in the mix. Blood's Valiant Policy trying to gain ground and is surging at them, but Karma Cha-Ching got the jump. Blood's Valiant Policy second best to Karma Cha-Ching.
So, first time to ride this horse, right? Any surprises? How'd it go out there?
I mean, it went perfect. Whenever I came to stand the filly, she's still perfect and she was feeling happy, so I knew we'd have a shot, but I mean, the 2 it was really hard filly to beat, but I mean, thank God she broke in front and she almost got me at the finish line, but I got there first, so.
Yeah, that you did. It was close. So were you leading the whole way? It's hard to tell from the outside horse from when you're watching it here on the TV, but were you up on the lead?
Yeah, I broke in front, but like the last 50 yards, saw that filly coming. I was like, oh, like I need to keep on going. But like I said, thank God, we got there first.
So that jockey, by the way, we're going to talk about him again just later on. He ended up at the top in 2 races out of the 3. Karma Cha-Ching, though, wins the Oaks with an 18-1 upset, trained by Esteban Rubio. Have to give credit where it's due.
So we go from the Oaks to the Derby. This race for 3-year-olds running at 400 yards, $234,000 was the total purse. Nearly $250,000 right there, with $93,000 going to the winner. Let's take a look.
Gates fly, and they're on their way in the Sam Houston Derby. It was a clean start for Royalist. Eagle on a June Bug got out very quickly. Down to the inside, Lightning is in the mix. Those 3 are slugging it out with 200 yards to go. Middle of the racetrack, Royalist forges to a short lead, but Eagle on a June Bug is going to fight him tooth and nail. Eagle on a June Bug lunges late to get it over Royalist. Then came Lightning and ring-a-ling-ding.
There was a lot of excitement in here. A lot of folks. You had a big crowd in here. We'll get to these owners here first. But I got trainer Victor. Tell us, this horse is really awesome. Been running well. How were you feeling coming in today and then as it went on?
Well, I was pretty confident in this race. I just felt like the horse was getting better and better. In the 2-year-old campaign, he was good, but he just didn't have the luck. He qualified for 3 big futurities and he just got second in both of them. And we knew that this year was probably going to be his year.
Yeah, he looks awesome out there. Let's talk to Javi. So the race, you've ridden this horse almost every start of the career. Did you feel like one with this horse? You know what it's going to do?
Dice que usted ha corrido, pues todas las carreras ha corrido usted. ¿Cómo sintió esta vez? ¿Qué fue la diferencia de esta?
Okay. Oh, no, sí, gracias a Dios los hemos familiarizado muy bien con el caballo y pues hemos venido haciendo buena campaña. Segundos, primeros y hoy nos tocó el derby aquí.
He said that, or pretty much what I said. He said that the course was last year he was running pretty fine, and then this year he knew that it was going to be his. It's going to be his year.
Well, great race on a great horse. Well done there. So let's get some of these owners in here. We had a big crowd out there. Was that who? Tell us who all was out here celebrating with you guys.
We got a lot of family and friends today. We got a lot of support, and we're grateful, and we thank everybody that was out here supporting us today.
It was a major battle of the favorites, Kennedy, but Eagle on a June Bug got the win over Royalist. No one else came close. Those 2 on each other's hip. Eagle on a June Bug, get this, was purchased for $20,000, has now earned $366,000 in lifetime earnings. Not a bad return on your investment.
Not at all. This is a good business to be in. And speaking of that, let's show you one of the funnest of all, the Futurity, a grade 2 for 2-year-olds, 350 yards, and this was a fun one.
Sam Houston Futurity. Limites Scene B stumbled at the start on the inside. It was a good beginning for DK Benita Jess out with speed on the wide outside. Bad Boy 1-2-3 is pitching away. Corona's first Cowboys in the mix as well. But DK Benita Jess is the leader. A late lunge Bad Boy 1-2-3 photo. That's very close.
How'd you get this horse running so well from the get-go? 2 trials and an awesome race out there today.
She's just well concentrated with her job is, and you don't have to move her, nothing. She does everything great.
That she does. What is the plan maybe going forward? See it your Tama, or what's you thinking?
That's for cash.
That's for cash. All right. Well, Nestor, let's hear about it. Second time I've seen you here today. You had some options here. You qualified a few in here. That was a special horse you were on out there today. Tell us about the ride.
Well, she's too perfect, and I used to ride her sister, DK Mornilles, and they both the same thing. Like they stand perfect, like professional. And I saw the 10, like it was kind of hard, but I beat them at the wire. So
yeah, it was a great ride and another win for you today. Congratulations. And we got one of the owners with CH Horse Racing. How do you feel about it? How does this make you feel getting a big win like that?
Well, I don't know. I won with the sister 2 years ago, so I thought she could do the same thing, and thank God he did.
Wow, so much legacy behind that horse. And how cool is that? A photo finish. This horse was the highest earner coming into this race at $62,000 and has now added $242,000 onto those LTEs. So now over $300,000 in lifetime earnings. How neat of a story.
Yeah, what a great horse. DK Bonita just purchased at the Rodoso Select Sale for $120,000. That horse just continues to impress. And we continue on with our coverage on Gate to Wire. The Rainbow Futurity is next on the docket for Cowboy Channel. Albuquerque, New Mexico will be hosting this great race once again Sunday, July 12th. Catch that live on Cowboy Channel and, of course, streaming on Cowboy Plus. Stay with us here on Cowboy Channel. We're going to continue to wrap things up when we come back and give a little rundown from the Eastern Oregon Livestock Show and Rodeo. We'll head to Cowboy Plus brings you all your rodeo action across the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, including the Reno Rodeo Extreme Bull Riding. That kicks off Thursday, June 18th. Rodeo performances begin the next day. You can catch it all live on Cowboy Channel and, of course, watch it back on Cowboy Plus.
Yeah, lots of action that's coming still, but lots of action to also update you on over the weekend in Union, Oregon. The Eastern Oregon Livestock Show and Rodeo, what a mouthful, wrapped up. Let's get you up to date on all those champions.
Let's kick it off with Cooper Cook on Forever Blue from Big Bend Pro Rodeo. The two-time NFR qualifier has climbed his way up inside the top 10 in the world standings, looking to get back a third time.
And then the bull riding, we talked about him earlier, Noah Lee, the rookie, who also is carrying on a family legacy, like Katie pointed out, of his father. 87.5 points right there on a Flying 5 Rodeos bull named Ringo. And that gave him just about $4,000, so that jumped him up in the standings, and I know that was important to him.
You're right, Kennedy. Number 3 in the world, number 1 rookie. We go back to the barrel racing and a legend, Jana Beam, a Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Famer. 17.13 for her. The multi-time National Finals Rodeo qualifier, man, she was back at it again, but she wasn't the only champion that we crowned out of Union.
Yeah, lots of champions. You're getting a look at them right now and all the money that they took home. Great payout there in Eastern Oregon, and that's why they show up, you guys. These rodeos pay, and they pay well, and that's what we like to keep you up to date on. But let's talk about our Veterans top 3 headlines of the day. The first that we talked about was the quarter horse racing that just took place in Houston. Big stories between the Oaks, the Derby, and the Futurity, and a lot of money brought home.
Yeah, congratulations to DK Bonita Jess for the win in that Futurity. We also recap the big winning weekend for our rookies, including tie-down roper Brodey Clemons. You got to hear from him after winning over $16,000. He's now number 2 in the Resistol Rookie race and number 15 in the world, Kennedy.
And as it stands, rounds 1 and 2 are in the books of the College National Finals Rodeo here. The purse will start tonight for round 3 to see who can make it to championship Saturday. A lot to come, some reigning champions even standing at the top of the leaderboard. So we're here on the Cowboy Channel to keep you up to date.
Yeah, we'll continue to do that all week long on a Western Sports Roundup. For Kennedy Riggs, I'm Katie Lucas. Thanks so much for watching this edition of the show. We'll see you tomorrow.